need to talk to ourselves to take this place to the next level. So I'll be engaging us this afternoon on the title what I call power of leverage. Somebody say power of leverage. Say power of leverage. Say I've got a power. So power is ability to do things. That's what they call power. Ability, capacity to make something happen. And that's what I want to share with us now. Okay? So the power of leverage is going to be addressing how to get ahead with time, how to get ahead with achievements, how to get ahead with connections. It's going to help us to get ahead. It's going to catapult us from where we are to the next place that we ought to be. That is a power of leverage, right? And there is an origin to the word leverage. The word leverage comes from where? The word leverage. Who can tell us where that word was coined out from? All right, I'm going to help us. I found out that the word leverage is from the word lever. L-E-V-E-R. And what is a lever? A lever is a mechanical instrument. It's a tool that you can use to carry multiple objects. It's a machine used to exert force, physical force on something. That thing is capable to suppress, to help you hit harder, to help you achieve weight that you expect. So, was now brought to the word leverage. And what is leverage? What is that word, leverage? You check your dictionary meaning, it will tell you that it is using something to maximum advantage. That's leverage. Using something to a maximum advantage. Using what you have to get what you want. Are we following? Leverage is using something to a maximum advantage. You use it like you bought a recharge card and you load everything. What do you do with the paper? Throw it away. Using something to a maximum advantage. You are not going to pity it. You are going to fully use it and fully maximize it. And we are saying that leverage is using what you have, no matter how small, to get what you want. Even though you are not the owner of that thing, but anything at your disposal, ability to make use of that thing to achieve something is called leverage. It's not your own, but it's at your disposal. It's kept close to you. You are in custody of it. The owner will soon come. Whatever that you can do with that thing is called leverage. You can leverage that to achieve something. Are we following? And for instance, it's like you borrow money. Our accountant said you can borrow money and use it as an investment. How many of us have collected loan before and now invest it in us? I want us to get that one very well. You borrow capital. They are giving loan somewhere and you apply for that and they give you a loan of 2 million. I don't know what to do with it. So you consider investing that money to get 35% in 12 months as ROI. You have leveraged that loan to get 35%. Say what are you leveraging? I ask you, say what are you leveraging? You want to be a landlord and you don't have the money to buy your own house, and somebody introduce you to a mortgage that's in this house, you can own it, you can buy it through mortgage. So you leverage mortgage to own the house. Are we following? Leverage is a very powerful weapon. Many don't understand how to put it into use, especially good use. Many of us have come in contact with leverage objects several times, but we decide to do our way. We don't want to do that way at all. I'm here this afternoon to bring your attention back to leveraging, especially certain things around us, within us, in our custody. Those things are there. So that is inside you, or beside you, in front of you, or behind you, by your left or by your right. Leverage objects are everywhere around us on daily basis. And God has decided to put this thing there so that we can use them to our advantage. It is not a sin to borrow money and invest. It's not a sin to borrow your friend's car for a wedding. It's not a sin to borrow your friend's dress to attend a party. When you now get a standing applause in that event with the borrowed dress that you wore, and everybody's asking you, how did you achieve that? I stole or I borrowed my friend's dress to get that vision. I'm trying to simplify the word leverage. Using something to a maximum advantage. Before the owner comes to take it away, you have made something good out of it. Leverage, very powerful. I want to follow me carefully. There are so many types of leverage. I'm going to be mentioning a few of them. Types of leverage. Number one, let's look at financial leverage. Financial leverage, where you use other people's money to gain rewards. I talked about that as financial leverage. You are leveraging somebody else's money to make profits, to gain rewards. And businesses can employ monetary strategies like debt financing and investment to increase financial leverage. You have more capital available and you can make use of those capital. By the time you grow now, it no longer matter where you got it money. Using other people's money to gain reward. Our first speaker was talking about funds the other time. Hedge fund, full of funds somewhere. We have had cases of people who use other people's money to relocate out of Nigeria. I was planning to worry in January by road to open a subsidiary there. And we had a storm on the way to stretch our legs. And I tried to engage my co-passengers about us for investment. And they can partner with us. And in the course of my interaction with a lady, she was from Bayelsa. And at the mention of come and partner with us, this is what you get, this is what you stand to the benefit, and all of that. He said, man, I don't want to get that. I don't want to do something like that. And she mentioned a particular scheme that recently happened in Bayelsa that took away people's money. call it Maraba or something like that. That man collected people's money and ran away. He was even the pastor. And he asked people to begin to donate their money. Bring your money, bring your money. I'm going to give you this. 50% in 1 month. And people are calling me. 50%? Whoa, 1 month? Ah, I'm going to do it. So he leveraged their ignorance. You know, you see them, first of all, leverage their ignorance. I need to do ignorance. They cannot think fast. They cannot think deep. Before they realize that it's not going to be that possible, they would have invested their money. So you leverage their ignorance to make them contribute, and they pay all that money. And next level of leverage that now use that money to increase its own asset. Use the money to grow. Build houses, bought cars, relocate his family abroad, and left the investors stranded. Are you following? So leveraging will be used positively or in a negative form. We are going to be looking at how well you will make use of leverage. It's going to be to your advantage, but please don't let it hurt others. That money was to the advantage of the character I mentioned, but currently a lot of people are suffering in various aspects because they came in contact with that platform. So people have been using leverage to their advantage and to the benefit of others, while some people use that leverage to their own advantage to hurt others. That's what we are doing also. Both parties benefit, right? And that's why we are still standing as a government. Somebody said leverage. Now, there's another leverage called personal leverage. Write it down. Personal leverage. And that particular leverage has to do with you as an individual. Leveraging relationship is very vital to every areas of your life. You have what is called personal leverage. You are not empty. If you look at it from head to toe, there are places, there are areas of leverage hidden and buried inside of you. You can look inward and say, what can I pull out here to use to get this? It's inside of you. That's personal leverage. Organizations, companies can use leverage to organizational advantage. And you as an individual, you can leverage some things within you to your own personal advantage. It can take you from where you are to where you want to be. It's inside. So those things are many, they vary. To you, it can be relationship that you are connected to somebody. Somebody on the normal ground would have invested with me in us. But because I know somebody that is very close and loyal to that man, I say, sir, this is what I'm doing. Help my business. Okay. I don't have a wonder. Is there anybody within your circle that you can introduce me to? And he mentioned a name. He said, I know that man. And I am his loyal son. Whatever I recommend to him, he believes me. So we leverage that. And he introduced me to the man. And I spoke to the man on phone. He said, okay, we cannot talk about this, we cannot talk about this on phone. Come and see me. And they said, by the way, the invitation. So I came to the car and I drove down to the invitation. And that day, I came back home with a 4 million check. You would not have done it if not for the person that introduced me. In fact, when the person I know gave me his number, I started calling. This man never picked. That means for you never return the call until you have to send a message. My name is so 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 from so so so. Immediately call back. You can see the power of name. You can leverage names to your maximum advantage. There are names around you now that you can leverage to get some investments rolling into those names. Naturally, you do not have access until you mention the name. So you can leverage the name. You have to make sit down like this and write out all the names on your phone. You do the contact list. Based on the relationship that have existed over the years between you, they are ready to listen to what you want to say. That's not the relationship. You can never that. When you surround yourself with people and you use those connections to get things done, you are using power of leverage. Connections that you have. There's nobody seated here that does not have connection with one big person or the other, whether through wife or direction. So don't tell me that you have nothing to leverage. You have. The problem is that you have not started looking into it. Are we following? Are you following me? Now, some school of thought is sat down and came up with nudges, facts about the word leverage. And this is how some of them have been able to put it. Number one, say leverage is the ability to apply positive pressure on yourself to follow through on your decision, even when it hurts. Somebody said that. Ability to apply positive pressure on yourself to follow through on decision. You apply positive pressure on yourself. How many times have you applied positive pressure on yourself on a particular deal or prospect that you are pursuing? How many times? Have you applied enough positive pressure? You know, we talked about lever, that it's about pressure, it's about weight. That this one, I'm going to apply positive energy to follow through on this person. It means in the lines of duty, you can become weak. The process might become tiring, frustrating. I have been calling somebody, chatting him on WhatsApp just to come to a service. Mr. Allen, please, I want to come and see you. I'm driving in front of your service now, and I just parked. Can I come in? And just say, okay, I just started a meeting now, and I'll be doing the next 2 hours. The measure of 2 hours in blue can get me weak. He said, so I will come wait for you 2 hours. 2 hours. And one of those days, I waited 2 hours. Only for me to say, let me go in. Sorry, I just got a call now, and I will report to the head office. Can you come back tomorrow after waiting 2 hours? Now let me do this call. No, those things are tiring. You can easily give up that because but leverage has to do with applying force, positive energy, positive pressure to the point of actualizing your results. The whole idea of leverage is that you bring something home, and it's not going to be easy. Thereby, force is applied. Pressure is involved. Leverage is not for the weak-hearted, it's for the strong. Die-hard people who are going to bring it home despite all odds. We are going to do everything necessary to break through. Say whatever is going to cause, and with that's the one leverage. That's what we must do. There's an element of force. cannot become. Another person said, rich people use debt to leverage investment and grow cash flows. But poor people, what do? They use their own debt to buy things that make rich people richer. Yes, I'm not joking. Rich people use debt to leverage investments and grow cash flows. But poor people, they use debt, their own debt, their own business. When you analyze the debt they have accumulated, what they use that debt to do is to buy things that will make rich people richer. When you sit a rich man down and say, he said, a rich man tells you that he's in debt. Ask him what he did with that money that he borrowed. Sir, what did you do with that money that you borrowed? You are in debt, so what do you use the money for? Say, I borrowed the money from the bank to start this business. That's what a rich man will say. Leveraging debt. It's not his money, debt, they say. I was shocked when Dr. Daniel said it. That we are in debt. For this what we use our debt to do. You cannot succeed, you cannot accumulate wealth or create wealth if you don't take loan. Rich people use their own debt to create cash flows, to do investments. Go and check Dangote refineries. Go and check Dangote businesses. The money he used to set up those businesses are not from his personal account. Yes or yes? He borrowed money, sir. Leveraging debt to create cash flows. That's what rich people do. But Bobby, ask him, this money that you borrowed, this loan that you collected, what do you do with the money? Say, come on. Say, you cannot remember all that. The money not finish, not finish. The man cannot even trace the movement of the money. This one he bought food, this one he bought a bag of rice, he bought beers for people, he traveled, and today the money is gone. Somebody just apply for a loan, you give 2 million naira, and you have no clue of what to do with that money. And you start to spend from the money. Buy this, buy that, just for your own gratification. That's not proper use. That's not proper leveraging of debts. Use debt to your advantage. See, there are still organizations in this country that are giving loans for you to further your course. There are still companies. They will give you money. That this is money. I came in contact with one reason. Is educational finance. The finance education. Any course, any certification at all you want to do, this company will give you pay for that course. You go and write that course like this and get certification. And when you are working, you pay back the loan. So I'm leveraging that money to get certified in some courses of my choice. Telling you, they are in this country. Educational finance. You want to do Cisco, you want to do NIPR, you want all the courses, anything that has to do with education, they finance it. How much is it? They pay the money directly to the school. You go and take the course, pass, and come back to pay them. You know that after you have gotten the certification, you stand at an advantage to get a job. I mean, with that certificate, you know that they will employ you. So go and do it. Start working and they start collecting their money back. Maybe for 2 years or 3 years. They are paid back. I also know of another that will pay for your master's program abroad. Canada, if they have list of schools, you pay for your master's program abroad. You just go and bring the admission letter. That's what they did. If you submit your admission letter like this from that school abroad, master's program, they will transfer the money there. And when you finish the master's program, you cannot know because first of all, the school that you enroll there is one of their schools. So as you are graduating, they are monitoring you. job, first job you get like this, they are there waiting for you. So as your salary is dropping in your account, they are making deductions. Nigeria want to run at people, they have plans, they have measures in place to pin you down, you are going nowhere. So there are many things around us that we are not saying that we can leverage to better our condition. Some platform is one of them. Many opportunities that we are not looking at, and they have power to change our story. And that is why many people will still come to us and be asking, how much are you going to pay me if I work with you? I hear them every day when I do that. All this is how much salary. Salary, why you know? Salary. I know what I tell them when they ask how much. I say, see, this company, we have money, we have serious money. How much do you want to collect? They say, no, tell me how much you want to pay me. How much? I said, well, I'm not going to tell you. I want to give you that opportunity to open your mouth and mention any amount too. I will pass the transfer to your account every month. We are so rich. I will blow my company like this. We are so rich. We have money. So mention any amount to pay. And then before so the amount I mention people. Okay. 200K. 300K. That's it. That your answer. You can add more. We have money here. I said, 250 is okay. It's fine. So you know that 250 that you're asking is a payment for a job that you want to do for me, right? Say yes. Because that salary is not free. You must be able to deliver a job to me before I can pay you that 250K, right? So I'll tell you my job. This is my job. This is my expectation. This is what I want you to deliver to me by the end of the month. If you can do it, your 250K will not have a problem. Can you give me at least minimum of 10 million naira every month? Can you do it? You are going to be selling these things. Can you do 10 million naira minimum? If you can do 10 million naira, the 250K is not a problem. And that's where we will now struggle. I cannot say now. How much can you give me? I don't know. I cannot say, but let's be like, you are quick to open your mouth to mention your salary. You don't think it twice. You just said it. Now I'm asking for my own target at the end of the month. You say, let's be living God. No, we are not living God. We are believing ourselves. So lose what you have, sir. You get what you are looking for. Say I hear. I'm going to say that. Another person said the greatest leverage you can create for yourself is the pay that comes from inside, not outside. The greatest leverage that you can create for yourself is that pay that comes from inside, not outside. Knowing that you have failed to live up to your own standard for your life is the ultimate pay. Tony Robbins said that. The pay that comes from inside, that I have wasted time. My mates have gone. Why am I still here? You look left, you look right, they have left and abandoned you. And you're like, hey, I must do something. That pain alone, instead of you to get bitter, see it as a leverage, as an opportunity to fire out. Say, what have I been here up to now? Why have I not made it? It's internal pain, but you can leverage it to create wealth for yourself. Pain. Yes, sir. I spent 24 solid years to get a first degree in Nigeria. How many years? 24 years. As I'm standing here, I'm not a graduate. All of you are, but me, I was not a graduate until after 4 years. But I've been running after BSc. Now you old boss. Give me your child. How? I just went to school and just read the past and you have to start getting 4 years. Me, the was 4 years 24. 24.
How, sir?
Don't worry. I'm going to tell you. 24 years from 1997 to February last year. Right WAEC, all the papers no complete. Jam many times, I no get some of them. That one frustrates me to level. Maybe I don't listen to go to basic. Let me take part-time courses, satellite courses, and I will do all those yama courses, sandwiches courses up and down. When I really want to take Ibadan, it's in Ibadan, but they have one police center in Gbenga. That one and apply there. Because you just want to force yourself to school. Your mates are going to school directly. You are cutting corners to study the same course. I did that several times. I was not doing it. No way. And not because I don't sabi people. I took first position from primary 1 to primary 6. SS1, GSS1 to SS2 third time. Now they start the meeting. To tell you how brilliant I am. But comes to write, I don't even know. A lot of things come together. Peer pressure, having to get carried away by friends' influence. Drinking, humanizing all of that, and I was wasting time until I woke up after 4 years. Hey, this has been going on like this, and 24 years complete until I realize it. Last year, before I could finally wake up, for already 20 years, that was when I now saw the National Open University opportunity to study the course a lot of mass communication, and I embraced it at open hand, and I enrolled finally. And I'm late, I pulled the first degree, the BA certificate, and at least I graduated. Okay, this. Alright, so what did I do differently that made a man like me to stand and address graduates like this? I was supposed to have given up. Say, my mates have retired back to the village. But they said, come on, what's wrong with you? They are leaving you to go to see. What can you do differently? What do you have? So that inner pain, that sense of failure, am I feeling that I don't want it to be repeated? I want to beat the odds. I want to change things. I want to do something differently. I want to achieve what my mates are achieving. Capitalizing on what I have, my leverage. So what did I do? I allowed them to go. Me, I went back online. So I used technology to my own advantage. I started schooling online. I started attending conferences and workshops. There's no seminar in this Lagos that I've attended. I applied for several courses. As I'm standing here, I have certificate from University of Olukosi, Canada. I have from University of London. London Business School. I have all of them in my hard drive, my Google Drive. Here, I will not be better like this way I'm speaking if I've not been able to sharpen my skill through technology. I liberate that. That's why I can stand. Anywhere, any no speaker I want to speak, I just see the event online like this. I want to attend. Just to go and sit down and see the way they talk. Okay, I want to go and see somewhere, I want to be there. Me, I want to speak somewhere, I want to be there. If you really want to speak somewhere, I want to be there. But I don't know you. Look, I just want to hear them speak. I want to hear them speak. I just want to. So I can't building capacity, developing myself. I will not be a non-entity. I will not be a castaway. No, I want to do something. So I was reading, educating myself. I later found out that the education we are talking about is not limited to 4 walls of universities.
True.
Education is accessible everywhere. The reason why you're on the ground is not because of your background. It's not because you cannot afford it. It's not because you're great at home. Allow your inner pain to push you to results. That's no, this pain, I cannot allow you to stay. I want to make something happen for myself. I must become somebody. No, I must become somebody. Leverage is powerful. You should be able to have that eye of discernment to look inward and say, what can I do to get out of this mess? It should be there. School did not teach me what I'm giving us this afternoon. No. I wrote my first book. I call it Worth Waiting For. Worth Waiting For. It's available on Amazon. People are buying it. documenting my 24 years journey. 24 engagement that characterized my 24 years of waiting for BSc in Nigeria. I need to think that out of the if I can see this story, people will buy. I put it together in a book. Leverage. I launched it. You know, I'm supposed to get a hall to do book launch, but no, I didn't get a hall. I used internet. I did a 16 hours launch. Online. On Zoom. I sent to Facebook and YouTube, everybody. But we know people in abroad can say that if you start by 9 a.m. in the morning, they are still sleeping a bit. So don't worry, I will be there for everybody. I will be waiting online. So I do 16 hours. I cover both Africa and international. So as they are waking up, they are doing my come and donate, and it's like donate, and I make money. Leverage. I use technology. We are going to get to that point. Social media is a leverage. Many have not started using it. So I brought this out from personal leverage. The greatest pain of your life is a leverage. You should be angry at yourself that this nonsense must stop. Are you getting value? Are you getting value? Yes. Are you still following? Have I lost you? You are still with me. Thank you. Life is based on leverage. Life is based on leverage. The more you know how to leverage, the more successful you become. The more you know how to leverage, the more successful you become. Another being said, this is from Robert Musa. People with leverage have dominance over people with less leverage. In other words, just as humans gain advantages over animals by creating leverage tools, similarly, humans use these tools of leverage and have more power over women than do not. There are some humans who does not know this leverage. You use it, you don't have it. The ignorance of some people is a leverage because you do. Knowledge is a leverage. That can stand to impart knowledge and talk somebody out of ignorance. It's a leverage. You can be spotted for doing that. So certain people don't use the obstacles of time, education, and money as excuses. No. They use them as leverage to get there. I just mentioned that in my story. Right in this country, I don't go to London. I'm not traveling to London. But I got their certificate from here. A consulting media firm in Texas saw my story, he called me and he brought me on the land program to do it. And I did it in the corner of my room. Rented apartment. So there's no excuse at all, whether education, whether time, money, that you can use as excuse. Use them to get help. You won't want to care about it. How you got accident and you die. So, why leverage? That's the next point. Why? Why do you have to leverage? I've said it before that investors use leverage to multiply their buying power in the market. Companies use leverage to finance their assets. So, what do you want to use your leverage for? It's a personal decision. What do you want to do with the leverage that you have? We have all agreed now that we have something to leverage. So, what do you want to use that to achieve? The leverage. Say my leverage is my leverage. Say I will use it. Say I will use it to my advantage. Now let's talk about how to leverage. Number one, how to leverage. Number one, define your strengths. Define what? Define your strength. Define how powerful you are. Define your capacity. Define what you have. How to leverage your strength. You now know that you have something. There is no man that is born without something. That thing that you have is your strength. So how do you leverage that your strength? Number one, define it. How big is that? How far can this thing go? How much can this person invest? If I talk to him, he find this is what he can achieve, can do. Number two, show evidence of your strength. Show the evidence of that strength. It means you are going to allow that strength to produce results. You are going to use that strength to your greater to your advantage. So show results. This is what have been achieved with this leverage. I'm going to tell us briefly how big leverage group has been able to use and leverage to our own advantage. Number three, how to leverage your strength. Strengthen your strength. Okay. Strengthen your strength. Modify it. Do trainings that can increase what you already learned. Sharpen your skill. You already have skill, so sharpen it, strengthen it. Give your skill more power. You cannot be using typewriter when we are in the age of computer. My father was a barber in that village. I was born by a barber, big barber. And my father was so good when it comes to barbing. He used to be my nose. How many of us are okay barbing? In Rwanda, that's okay by the it's not the one that said to me to sit down. And they will carry your head. You know, the man that's cutting your head with that, they will now carry one small stool. And they will sit down and they will now drag your head close to their eye. And put it in. It will bend your head. If you dare make noise or you squeeze it, you are disturbing the barber. He has a way of arranging one knob. We call it a bow. You just snap from the back, your head will readjust. My father was so skillful in the use of that goalkeeper, and was a very popular barber in that village. Everybody was patronizing him. They were coming, everybody. Only he seized the market. But something happened. We are talking about leverage. Customer will do that, he's waiting. And one young boy from that village traveled to the city and spent 3 months. On his return back to our village, he came back with an electric cleaner. And he came out with that electric cleaner and he set up a salon, a barber shop, modern one. All of us were saying, look, say, you have not seen a clipper that can be automatic like that. So you just put it in and people were skeptical, we were afraid, we don't want to go there. We were watching from afar. My father told us boosting that we are the owner of this business here. Nobody can. And that people began to come close. The first man submitted his head. We were experiments. And it was easy. It was easy. They bobbed the head. And the young man said, my head is not, but this is good. He invited another person. And like that, we began to gather. Some of my father's customers took the let them go and check. Said to withdraw one by one after the other until all my father's loyal customers, all of them were come to this young man. Now, after my father has seen that this person is pushing me out of business, what's supposed to do? To just leverage and say, something is happening, let me go and reposition. Reposition. He said, no, we are here. There's no creeper that can beat this people. We are here. You die here. And that was how he was pushed out of business. Just because he cannot innovate. Somebody say innovation. Innovation is leverage. It's either you innovate or you die. You could not think of rebranding, repositioning. Let me do it differently. He was jealous. He was don't be too rigid on yourself. If you don't know something, submit yourself to learn. Go and people that know, let them teach you. How do you achieve this? How? Those my friends that left me that time for life strong. They are coming back now to sit under my training sessions. You want to hear this? They are coming back to look for job. Because everything that they learn is useless. School might not be able to deliver to your hand the kind of leverage that can transform your life. Look inward. Strengthen your strength. Number 3. And number 4, the last one is choose strength building behaviors. Choose strength building behaviors to leverage your strength. Are we still following? It is much easier to put existing resources to better use than to develop resources where they do not exist. It is much easier to put resources to better use. Existing resources, what you already have, you can quickly put it into use to get results rather than say, I'll go and find it. As an entrepreneur, you should always be looking for strategic partnerships that will help leverage your business. How can you partner with other entrepreneurs? It's a leverage. They have not sold yet. That's the way to bring it in. Recruitment is a leverage. We're told of a guy that brought in the first 1 million or 2 million because that he has been there for how long? Never made anything. And one day he was able to recruit that person that brought that million. And the MD started taking the recruited an associate. So he leveraged that associate to bring it up. So it was his name that was announced. Recruitment is leverage. Maybe you have been struggling in this business and you are at the point of giving up. Don't give up. Keep talking to people. In my own case, I started our group with my GM, 2 of us. She was number 1, number 2 person. I recruited at least 90% of our workers. Trained them. And I was like a conductor calling passengers with us. And when we now fully grew, my MD became PRMBRB, and from PRMB she became the structure of Oxford. I was thinking that as a GMD, my GMD, the structure will allow her to just promote me to assistant GMD. You get what I'm saying? That's straight assistant GMD. Only for me to realize that you have to go and build your own system. But no, we want to be aware of something. So that structure alone got me weak. I lost the vibe, the energy. I don't want to push. Sales were no more coming in. I started feeling concerned. I started what's happening. Who's the almighty trainer? I was involved in all the things. But when I saw that action, I became weak. I don't want to push anymore. I lost interest. I was almost being pushed out of the platform until I didn't reach people who would talk to me. So, Mr. I understand you, but there's nothing I cannot give this system. It's not enough for you to back out with a fire. And that's why you can see me standing here to train. Ordinarily, you are coming and saying, I'm not going to waste my time. But I thought of doing it again, all over, starting all over. Don't give up. People who use their brain don't give up. So I started repeating. Don't bring it in. And today I've been carrying. And those ones are breaking small. And these are breaking tight and up. And the Bible said that it has not yet appeared what we have been. We are still going. A day of this saints coming at you. Don't give up. Don't give up. People that usually don't give up. Fire up. Don't get bitter, get better. If I'm not careful, I was almost getting bitter at people. Hey, no, the system is a cheater. No, you can do this again. I thought I've exhausted all my links. I thought I've recruited every people I know in the world. But as I said, looking in the world, there's something that God is going to reach your way. I'm going to give you the story that is mind blowing. What I'm doing here today is a leverage. That's the way of opening doors. Hello. Tell you. By doing well for others, you can also do well for yourself. Doing well for others. Alright. So this is where you want to mix your workforce leveraging. Leveraging workforce. Leveraging workforce. See, your workforce is your most valuable asset. Your workforce is your most valuable asset. The most valuable. You must cherish your workforce. The knowledge and the skills they have represent the fuel that drives the engine of the business. The knowledge and the skills that your workforce have is the energy, is the fuel that drives this business. So don't joke with your team members. Celebrate your workforce. Appreciate your workforce. Empower your workforce. Train them to produce results. You don't have people who have results. You have a workforce, you have a team. If it's two or three, start with that. You can leverage on their knowledge. Spot gifts and talent them and position them like they will handle stuff for you. Let them get this done on your behalf. Use them to your advantage. That's what person is doing. Dr. Tennyson cannot be everywhere. So he recruited more sales associates to penetrate the interiors of the world. One crucial factor of business for entrepreneurs is a highly dedicated and passionate staff. When you have such in your team, don't do it. Pay alone is not enough to motivate your people. You need to have the context of your vision to fuel. So if anyone is not selling that, don't destroy, don't even give up, don't yank him off. Continue to water that person. Continue to pour resources on him to make him better. Patience is one of the things that you can give to somebody who is not selling now. After all, you are not God too. Because of that, you're not removed from the world. So why would you push that person away? Be patient with that person. Advise him. At least have a place for him or her around you. Give him access to call. Just come. Just come. And as I know, if you are doing it right, your staff will be the first super fans and early adopters of the business. You see how they are changing the world by being a part of what you are doing, and they provide the ultimate leverage through their own personal efforts, commitments, working towards your vision. So keep your staff engaged and leverage their skills, their energy, their enthusiasm to create movements that change the world. Keep them motivated. You need their energy. It's not easy for you people to come like this. You are not on salary and you are still coming. I mean, so somebody should be able to appreciate that. Hello. It's not easy. All of us are hustling. We are looking for something, we should be able to encourage ourselves, motivate ourselves. We should be able to bend for each other. Bend, like bend. Don't say, no, this is me, this is me, this is me. And this is how I want to do it. You cannot get out. Alright, that's workplace leverage. Say I will use my workplace leverage. Please use it. Yes, leverage. The next leverage is what I've mentioned, but that's social media leverage. I don't think I should talk too much on that. You don't know what social media is. Use it. The leverage and influence social media businesses are rapidly spreading into the business world. Social media leverage. Yeah. Don't say I'm not an internet person. Don't say I don't like the internet. No, you are doing yourself a lot of harm. You cannot run away from technology. The time is coming when churches will be empty. Nobody will be inside church. The way you are still going now, technology will push everybody out of church. It will be just for to be virtual. Virtual reality. You can attend service from ground. Just put that in like this. Metaverse. That's where we are going. You can't beat it. You cannot. We are all of us are getting there. You just enter this like this environment, you see everything that you want. You can talk to the pastor, you ask questions direct. You will see you will see. So why would you not want to drive to the place? One of those when you used to drive from Lagos to Lecture Camp, only good service every day. Must not miss it. But now the number are reduced. Just because of COVID-19. As purpose person that you have to go. You can do your mind. You can do your mind. It's a reality. Don't be God, they say, come by force. You will go, and you can do it. And join online. I mean, so don't whine yourself if you are whining. This God is everywhere, both online and offline. You can connect, it's your face. Just believe. You can connect. Social media is powerful. My trip out of Nigeria to Dubai for the first time, I got it online. I was just surfing the internet and I saw just other parts. Say the company is coming to Nigeria and they are launching a product, they call it tropical juice. I don't know how many of us have had that before. Tropical juice. When it came to Nigeria, the agency that they got to come and promote it just came on Twitter and said, we want to promote this product. So all of you, we want somebody that can dress like a Jamaican. Buy our products and snap with it. As in Jamaican, just take a picture, just like take a picture of it, use and post social media and allow your friends and family to be liking the picture. I saw it and I entered the challenge myself. I played what I think how can I dress like a Jamaican? But I went online how to dress like a Jamaican. Internet will give me. And I saw the different pictures and I went I cut some leaves together and I bought them. I said you look like a bar, those bar people, not so just like a and I bought the drink and I sat under a palm tree like that. And I started posting. Everybody feels like, and I said like. At the end of it all, I was able to get only 35 likes. And the challenge ended. The person that won, that got the highest like was 1,500 likes. And I was not even close. But that was not the end of the story. You know, as the winner, they called him to come and collect his gifts. As he appeared, just like Montero place now, he just entered. And as GM, you see him, he is not part of Montero, but GM knew that he's like the Montero family and people that marry first and he plays with 2 years. So he knows your in and out, he knows your secrets. And they have said that cancer correct that if you are part of this family, you cannot participate. So as the management supported like this, you can do anything like that. Somebody from the inside this company must have given you an insider information. But you go know they like that kind of thing. They like my family, that's why they scatter everything. They know about everything. So that you go and select 10 contestants from everybody. 10 contestants from everybody, anybody that you just selected, and we are going to do draw for them. That was how my name came back to Gbenga. And then did that I pushed their aside. That was how I got selected, and I was back to the game. So I was now among the 10 contestants. They put all our name inside book, and it was the day to roll it and bring the winner. Live, online, the Yoruba was sitting down and they were putting one by one and say, and we are going to pick the winner. The video is on my phone there. So and said the winner of this challenge is, as the man shook hand from the pool like this, and my name guy carry come out. And just Gbenga Olukosi. Olukosi. They come say I don't wait. Invite you. Just like that. And they said, no, this guy they are going. You are not going to go alone. Say it's a trip for two. The winner and one person. I wanted to go with my girl that time, but she was not my wife. So I had to go with my wife. I would have gone with her. So that was how my wife was opportune to travel out because time. Free of charge. All the expenses, they gave us money, $2,000 to do shopping. I just can't just buy something. So, fully paid. Leveraging the internet. If your phone lost, you stand up and go out and you are not with your phone. How do you feel when you just go like something fighters left your body. That's why they need to give my phone to get it back. If I don't have anything again, God, I must have that out. How will they do you? If on your birthday you don't get that to post on Facebook, that's how it is. I must be connected to the internet 24/7. It's a resolution. It's a law that cannot break. Other people can use that about the data. That's 18,500 every month. For the internet, I don't do it. I don't care where the money comes. I must do it 24 30 people. So, and it has been paying off. I've been exposed to several opportunities on the internet. There's a lot of everything that you want to miss. Sometimes it's easy to forget how to connect, to learn it. It's not easy to learn it. Just discipline yourself. I get to the social media class. Now, I'm going to wrap up with this liberations that you think they are not tangible, they are not physical, but they are powerful. People are watching out for this. Number one is honesty. It's a leverage. That somebody is honest. That somebody is honest alone. And one will be that man is a honest person. He cannot be abnormal. Because of that, we are going to use him. We are going to promote him. Honesty is a leverage. As a small business person, you have no greater leverage than it. Be honest in all your dealings and your reputation. Your business will be able to do that. Apart from honesty, another one is influence. You can leverage your influence. You have influence over somebody. You have influence over certain people. Use it. Trust is a leverage. That's another one. Value is a leverage. Consistency is another leverage. Commitment and attitude. These are leverages. Somebody is watching how consistent you are. Somebody is watching the values that you are giving to this organization. If they are asking for a recommendation, will they recommend you? Why will your DMB recommend you for an opportunity? Look, now they have removed some of us from sales announcement. We don't know which they have. They only GMD and the rest. And then they are calling us down here from there. And they are the first recipients. What will make your GMD recommend you for an opportunity they announce of them? It can be anything. It can be just because you are consistent. You are coming every day. Just because you are committed. Not because you are so. I prefer to use this guy because his attitude towards me is nice. Those things are leverage that people are watching, they are looking at every day. And you cannot condemn him or her that want to help you for the reason that is using that is leveraging to help you. Why will he make him like that? Is it not that I've been coming for you? You cannot confess it. What you want to use, what you want to use. You can fight. It's a problem. If you are not using every point of the leverage that you have as a business, you are not using every point of leverage you have as a business or as a person, sir, you are wasting time, effort, and energy. You have no reason to be here. You are wasting time. So use it. Robert Tucker said, change your focus from making money to serving more people. Serving more people makes the money come in. Change your focus from making money to serving more people, because serving more people makes the money to come in. You get that message? Another person said, people without leverage work for those with leverage. And this one, don't miss it. This one, don't miss this one. I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts. I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own personal efforts. How can you be earning 100% of your personal efforts when 1% of over 100 people can blow you up? I think that's the The richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else, they are looking for work. So networking is a leverage. Ladies and gentlemen, the leverage that we have in big leverage that positions us in the first step in the company is the team, the people. Right people walk in. People that are hungry for money, just say, look, there's money here. Are you ready to take it or not? And they are hungry for money. So people who are hungry for money, look out for those ones and bring them into your business. Now you will take it good. Leave them to do it on their own. They come in, because there's money here to be made, and they work. That's why they go all out. Whatever they do to bring the money, it's none of my business. Just let the money come. Whatever they are asking, give them. I think that's one of the secrets for us being among the 10 first 10 every month. My name is Gbenga, Olukosi, Africa's fearless capacity hunter. I see capacities, I see potentials, and this is the reason why I hunt, build, and empower for productivity. Thank you all for listening. That's the